This is our spring and summer group of new recruits of 2017.
How many?
We got 6 recruits in this group. Today we're doing vent in or isolate search. It's where we go in and rescue victims from the most survivable spaces. Of course, we kind of smoke it up to give it a little bit more realistic effect. Some of the techniques they're learning is one, kind of smashing a window with a ladder, pulling down the hose sash and everything, and that way it gives it time for the room to breathe out. This kind of training here is different than your regular ventilation training, as this is venting for life as opposed to venting for fire. Venting for life, we're trying to rescue people. Venting for fire, we're trying to clear the environment and put the fire out. It's just a leg over the shoulder method. The reason they do this method is because it gives them the most control over their victim. If they start to slide, if it's a very heavy victim, they start to slide down the ladder, they can lean into them and kind of use friction to kind of control their descent. Plus it also allows them to be hands-free and keep their hands on the ladder, as well as maintain all their points of contact on the ladder. Departments around the country do this. We do all of our training in coordinates with national standards and stuff like that. So this is a technique that's being used all over. Pull one victim out. Generally for this technique, this is a very fast technique where we're clearing rooms in a matter of 5-10 seconds. We're going in, smashing the window, isolating the room with the bedroom door, and then we pulling the victim out. And it usually takes 2-3 firefighters tops to rescue one victim.
So today and the last 2 days here at the Owensboro Fire Department Training Center, we received our new 100-foot Suffin aerial ladder Monday. We're going through training right now from the company over the operation, the driving, all the ins and outs of this apparatus. We're training 5 people on each shift to drive and operate it initially. After that, we will train the rest of our department to drive and operate the apparatus, but right now we want to get the apparatus operators that are going to be primarily driving this trained and where they feel comfortable operating it, so we can get it in service so it can serve the city of Owensboro. Some of the features, our other 2 primary aerials right now, they don't have a pump on them. This aerial has a pump. It also has a water tank. The pump is rated at 1,500 gallons a minute. We can flow that through on the bucket at the rear of the truck. Has 2 nozzles. Each nozzle will flow up to 1,000 gallons a minute. It also has a 300-gallon water tank, so this truck could arrive on scene to a vehicle fire or even a residential structure fire and immediately start fire attack operations, unlike our 2 current aerials. The benefit of this mid-mount is all of the controls, so the aerial controls and the pump controls are all there, so it adds the simplicity of operation. It allows, if we have only one operator, to operate the pump and the aerial controls if they need be. We would like to have 2 people operating it, which we can use other personnel from other trucks, but it allows them to see what's going on also around the fire ground. As you see our other aerials, the rear mounts and even other departments that have rear mounts, their pump obstructs the view of the scene. With this mid-mount, our operators can see what's going on. This apparatus was designed for the downtown area. A lot of our high-rise buildings, so anything over 4 stories. It is a 100-foot aerial apparatus, so you hear them say 100 foot. It actually has 88 feet of reach off to both sides and to the rear of the truck. So that's going to allow us to get in this downtown area, the east side, the west side, and the north side of the city. We'll be able to reach those buildings. We'll be able to, with the tower ladder, be able to affect our streams a little bit better. So like the power operated gun, initially when we get on scene, there's a lot of things to do. So if this is being set up by 1 or 2 personnel and we need to get water flowing very quickly, they can operate one of our nozzles from the ground, so they can start applying water effectively to the fire from the ground without anybody having to be in the bucket, and they can do that accurately because they can see where they need to direct that. When they're in the bucket, the self-leveling bucket, so every time it moves, it keeps the bucket level, so no one gets jarred around or they get thrown out of the bucket, so that bucket keeps it level, so we can also effectively put those streams, it allows those streams to stay where we've aimed them at.